Atlanta's #1 radio stations, Swanky 93.3 and The Heat 94.6 radio stations has you covered. From our studios to our newsroom at K.L.P Entertainment. Listen on all major audio platforms like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audacity, Apple Podcast, Stitcher Podcast, Google Podcast, YouTube, and more. All the hits, all day long.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh yeah, love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingaroner, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
Your #1 hit music station.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Go! What's going on in Hot Atlanta? Live from Swanky 93.3 and The Heat 94.6 brings back the hottest hip-hop radio show live from K.L.P Entertainment and K.L.P Studio. With your host, K.L.P Kennedy Lucas.
You know what it is? Put your hands up.
Tune in now on any audio platform.
We back, hey,
Say what?
Dirty South. Yeah.
Here we go.
Can y'all really feel me? Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
Can you feel us?
Dirty South. Let me show you how Timberland did it real quick.
East Coast with me, West Coast City, Dirty South. Dirty. Can y'all really feel me? East Coast feel me, hey, West Coast feel me, Come on.
I've been watching you like a hawk in the sky.
Y'all like that voice right now? Hey.
Boy, I promise you,
Hey.
if we keep bumping heads,
Come
I
on.
know that one of
Yeah,
these
yeah.
days, we gon'
Hey,
talk
hey,
on the phone.
Hey.
But see, I don't know if
Looking
that's
good in my suit now.
I've been holding back
Hey.
this secret from you. I probably shouldn't tell it.
Come on now.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the K.L.P Afterparty podcast. Happy birthday, Alita. Aaliyah would have been 45 years old today. An artist, a goddess gone too soon, y'all. Hey, come on.
Come on now. Come on now. Baby girl. Hey.
I think I'm Timberland, huh?
I'll be waiting there with my tweets, my looks, my hat, just so I'm low key.
So a lot of youngsters don't know this song, but this is Aaliyah. We know that we'll be weak.
Oh boy.
Come on now.
See, I'm trusting you.
Hey.
My heart, my soul. I probably shouldn't let you.
Come on now.
Welcome, y'all. Welcome. We're going to get started in a minute. Shout out to all the podcasters out there. Shout out to everybody.
I hope you're responsible.
Everybody who had a good Tuesday. Hey. Shout out to all the people in Atlanta. Shout out to all my fellow podcasters out there on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple. Hey.
Baby girl. I'm the man from the big V. Hey. Won't you come play around my way? And listen to what I got to say. Hey. Timberland. You know I am the man. Come on now. You have people shaking my hand. Hey. Baby girl. Better known as Aaliyah. Hey. Hey.
Yes, yeah. Welcome. We jamming out to this song. Happy birthday again, Aaliyah. Like I say, an artist gone too soon.
If I let this go, you can't tell nobody.
Hey.
Are you responsible?
Shout out to everybody that's following me on social medias. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Thank y'all. We're going to get started in a minute, but I'm in my groove right now. You're telling me somebody. Hey. Come on now. Hey. Come on now. You're responsible. Come on now. Come on. Hey. We got a good show for y'all lined up for tonight. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the shows today. SNN came back with some new voice and news anchors. Hey. Come on now. Hey. Where is your go? Thank y'all. Welcome to the podcast. This is the K.L.P Afterparty podcast. I'm your host, K.L.P Kennedy Lucas. Welcome back to the show. We had a good Tuesday. So shout out to, Timbaland. Timbaland don't know who I am, but shout out to him. And if you guys don't know, a lot of people might know this, but I'm a huge Timbaland and Aaliyah fan. I was devastated when she died. I was a little bit younger, right? I knew of her. I knew what was going on, but I didn't really know too much about, the background and all of the stuff that you see out there on the news and, all on the shows and whatnot. But yeah, she, an artist gone too soon, man. Like, I get very, very sad each time I hear an Aaliyah song, because I know, like, if she was still alive today, she still would be giving us some bangers, So it's just one of those artists that just died too soon. But shout out to Timbaland, Aaliyah up there in heaven, probably smiling because we played her song on this show and it's her birthday, she would have been 45 today. So shout out to just great music. Shout out to, Timbaland, and, we always will love Aaliyah forever. So welcome to the podcast. Hopefully you guys are ready for this one. I am super stoked about this one because I'm well rested, first of all, well rested, and got some some good rest. We celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Day yesterday. Shout out to the King. It was a great couple days off. We've had a lot of things this weekend. Me and my brother, we ended up going to the gym 3 times this past weekend. I'm talking Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We've been going out to the gym. We've been doing a lot of gym work. Simply because we both are planning, our trip to New York City. Yes, we're going back to New York. Shout out to New York. So New York is around the corner. I'm ready for it because we are filming some content and filming some stuff. I can't tell you what we're filming quite just yet, but, we're just going up there. And it's our annual trip, so it's the 3rd time of me going to New York. So we got to get in shape. So we've been going to the gym. Shout out to Crunch Snellville. Make sure that we looking good, we looking right. Let me tell y'all, because I have been eating some good food, right? I've tried this new place over there, and next to where I get my haircut, by the way, shout out to Byron. Y'all know. Look, y'all see it. Y'all see the haircut. I had to just take my headphones off for that one because, finally we're back, and, I got my haircut done and did a lot of great stuff with that when it comes down to the haircut. We ended up trying this new restaurant called Wing. Well, it's not new to a lot of people, but it's new to me. So we tried Wing Masters in the same plaza where I got my haircut. Shout out to Fadeologist again, and shout out to Wing Masters because it was good. It was very, very good. I actually enjoyed it. The wings were scrumptious, and the rice was scrumptious too. So it's very, very tender. It was very, very nice. So the hint of it, if I've been eating, whether it's, I'm cooking, and I've been cooking a lot more stuff lately, right? I've been cooking fish, salmon to be in particular. I'm starting to get back to my seafood. The only seafood that I cannot eat, unfortunately, is shrimp. I cannot dabble into shrimp. I have a really bad reaction when I eat shrimp. So I don't eat shrimp, but I've been eating a lot of, fish and salmon. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I've been eating some chicken wings, right? Because y'all know when it's Wing Wednesday, it's Wing Wednesday. So I had to dabble on into that, and then I ended up having wings over the past weekend. So yeah, I've been eating some good stuff, which is good, but I've been in there doing my thing. As we get a new member here joining the stream, shout out to you. Shout out to you for sure. Thank you for staying tuned. Share it with your Instagram. This is what I do to a lot of people on the show. If you got a song that you want us to play on the show here tonight, just let me know what song that is. We'll cue it up for you. But shout out to you because I know, we've been doing a lot of podcasting, and my close friends and colleagues, they've been watching the show. And I get very, very excited. I get very, very excited when people do come out and they do support not only me, but the content we're doing. I had a lot of people saw the latest video I put on, my Instagram and TikTok, my workout video. Hence why I'm talking about the gym. The progress has been real. The progress has been so extremely well because it's the progress where, I'm losing the fat, gaining muscle. I'm gaining the muscle left and right. So I'm ending up gaining the muscle and doing our thing when it comes down to it. But I like the way that I feel. I feel healthy. I feel skinny with muscle, and I just feel good. I'm sore now. I'm in front of the cameras and the lights and stuff, and I look good in this suit because I just got on from the office. But, I am sore. My arms are sore. I got this, and not to get personal, but hey, it's progress. I got this thing right here, like just what we call them stretch marks, right underneath my chest, because I used to have man boobs way back in the day. This is 2015, 14, 13, where I was a little bit huskier, and you can see, and they're cuffable, back then, right? But now it's they slimming down. I'm getting more muscle impacted on them, so yeah, I'm having some deep stretch marks, right? So. Very, very proud of the progress, by the way. I'm very, very excited for that. I'm humbled for the progress of the gym, and we're just making sure that we look good for not only for New York, but just future to come. And, we always want to make sure that we stay in shape. This is one thing. It's a good way to stay in shape, going to the gym and doing our thing. But y'all didn't come on this podcast to hear me babble about my gym things. Of course, shout out to this Friday. Not a sponsor from WWE whatsoever, even though that would be cool if they sponsored me. But very, very excited. We're going to be in the building, State Farm Arena. Over there, SmackDown is coming to WWE. And, I just wanted to talk about it because I'm excited. But a lot of people didn't know I was a huge WWE fan. I grew up with it. Me and my brothers and my dad, we watched it in our childhood. So, the opportunity comes where if we can go, we going. Because, seeing, an event and the spectacle of it all, it's just so cool. And, I did go to WrestleMania 27 way back in the day when The Rock hosted, when it was at the Georgia Dome. Shout out to the Georgia Dome. But yeah, so just a real quick, y'all gonna see it on my Instagram. Yeah, I'm a WWE fan. I am. I'm a basketball fan. I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a football fan. I'm just a sports guy, right? And not a lot of people think I wasn't going to be a sports guy, but I dab, obviously, because we film for ESPN. Shout out to ESPN, by the way. Woo. Got some content coming to my gram very, very shortly. We're just waiting for the ESPN, ooh, Lord, to see the footage that we got first. That's one thing I got to do is when I work for a network, I got to let them see my work first before I publish it on my media, because that's breach of contract. So, but it's coming very soon. Hopefully you guys are ready for that. Shout out to the Georgia State Panthers. Shout out to the Georgia State Panthers simply because that's who I'm filming it for. So I get very, very excited for that as well. We just got some really good sports coming on. So that's the point of my spiel, if you will, when it comes down to it. Yes, I am a huge sports guy. I love sports. I really do. So moving on, we've got to talk about it. The Emmys were a couple of days ago, and the Emmys was very, very fantastic this time around. Niecy Nash finally wins her Emmy from her not short, but like her Netflix series, Jeffrey Dahmer story. and she was playing Best Supporting Actress in that. Very, very exciting to see that win, because Niecy Nash is one of those actresses that now she's not overlooked because she got an Emmy now. She's good, but she was an actress that, we didn't get to, it's over. You didn't really get to see so much of her true potential in acting, right? We saw her as, the comedic, funny black woman in comedy, and that was just it. Now, she's very comedic in some of these movies that she's been in the past, but I like the Niecy Nash to where we really get to see her blossom into her acting bag, right? So she did it in that. She acted really good in Claws. I saw Claws from TNT. Good show, by the way. So it's a lot of great things that goes on for sure when it comes down to it. And I get very, very excited when I see Niecy Nash win something, because she's an actress that's overlooked. And I'm very, very excited for that as well. So shout out to her. But I got to shout out to the people who worked on Succession. Now, Succession is good. I've watched Succession, and I might go back and rewatch it now. And this is the marketing play for HBO Max. Simply because you've got, what's his name? I want to say it's John McFadden. He plays Tom Wambsgans. He wins the Emmy. Sarah Snook, she plays Shiv. She wins an Emmy for Best Supporting Actress. And Kieran Culkin, if I pronounce his last name right, he wins an Emmy because he plays Rome in the little brother in Succession, right? So I get very, very stoic when I see shows that I genuinely love. I love this show. Succession is one of those shows that is the drama, right? It's the family drama that you love the best because they all want what's best for the company. Turns out Tom Wambsgans ended up winning the whole company. Spoiler alert, by the way. I'm sorry, but spoiler alert if you haven't seen Succession yet. What are you waiting on? But Tom Wambsgans, he's kind of the company suck up at the beginning of the season, right? He ended up winning the company, right? So it's such a good show. I enjoy the show because of the drama, the way it's filmed, the explicit scenes that are in this. Brian Cox was amazing in this. I saw his latest Tekken trailer, which got me hyped for Tekken 8. Yes, Tekken 8 is coming, next week? Picking it up, by the way. So all of the actors and actresses in Succession won something really, really well. I am proud of everybody who participated in this show, because it's just one of the shows that, unfortunately, it got canceled because HBO didn't want to renew it, but which is kind of a shame, because now you got the show that wins an Emmy. When you cancel it, maybe another network will pick it up. Because if I was another network, let me be honest, if I was Netflix or if I had my own network like that, if HBO doesn't want it, Succession is an Emmy-winning show. The whole show won an Emmy, right, for Best Drama Series, Succession, right? I would say to HBO, okay, you don't want to renew this IP. How much do you want for this IP? How much you want for it? Because now I have a show, if I buy your IP, now I have a show that's Emmy-worthy. Let's get some writers, right? The writer strike is over, so let's get some writers. Let's make this thing out of the park. What I want to see, honestly, I want to see HBO renew it back. I want them to say, okay, we changed our mind because the show won some Emmys. We changed our mind. Let's go back and revisit this show. Let's get some writers in here. Some way, somehow, let's write into where the family comes back and wins the company, or try to fight for the company against Tom Wambsgans and crew, right? It's interesting if they do that, because they can't really write Brian Cox back in, because he plays Logan Roy, the daddy, the kingpin, the leader of the business, but he dies, right? So you can't really write him in. But what about his mother? What about his brother? What about the kids that didn't get anything? Are they going to rebel? Are they going to come back? Or are they just going to let it go? Right? So it's just a lot of things HBO can do for this. But like I say, the Emmys was very good for them. Quinta Brunson won for her best leading actress in a comedy series by Abbott Elementary. I need to finish that show. I haven't watched it in a minute because there's been a lot of other shows that's been going on. So I'm glad that she won that. And that's really based off what I saw of the Bear one for, I think it was James Allen White. Is that his name? I think that's his name. He won for Best Actor in Comedic at the Emmys for The Bear. The Beef won. I need to watch that show too because The Beef, they said The Beef was really good. A lot of people say that it was a fantastic series. I just haven't seen it because I just had so many other shows watching right now. But like I say, the Emmys was very good. It was very, very good. I like that. For me, a lot of shows won that I really wanted to win. Mainly Succession, because Succession just was that show, right? It was that show that everybody was tuned in. At work, everybody talked about it. In the offices of K.L.P Entertainment, everybody talked about it. I have all my friends that talked about it, and they said how good the show was. So it was very, very good. I really recommend it. So shout out to Succession, y'all. Not a sponsor, but Succession is available on HBO. So please don't sleep on that one. I wouldn't sleep on that show if I were y'all. I wouldn't. So you guys clicked on the podcast because I've got some topics of conversation. And based off the conversation here, and this is what I like to call my womp womp moment, right? Kind of equivalent to what we called it back in the day. We called it elephant in the room, and we still call it in other shows. But this has something to do with Walmart.
Attention, all Walmart shoppers. Attention, all Walmart shoppers. We've got a deal for $9.95 on seafood. Please see the counter for more information.
I love that megaphone effect, by the way. So anyway, yes, Walmart. We got to talk about Walmart. So this is the Womp Womp section for me because I'm strolling to Walmart yesterday. And I was very, very upset with Walmart, but that's okay. I went to Walmart because in the office, I have two monitors. In one of my offices, I have two monitors where I needed my MacBook to connect to both monitors. So I needed a two-way HDMI splitter. Look at me talking nerd technology stuff. Some people don't even know what I'm talking about. So what it is one end you connect to your MacBook, and then the other end you connect it to two of your monitors using HDMI, and then you're able to have more screen. Basically, that's what I was going to Walmart to get. And I couldn't get it because they didn't have it. They had a 5-port HDMI adapter splitter, but they wanted it for $88. When it comes to office equipment, I just don't want to spend so much money on. I go as cheap as I can when it comes to office equipment, right? I'll make an investment when it comes down to equipment, as in like podcast equipment or camera equipment, lighting equipment. Yes, I'll go hard for those. But when it comes to an adapter, I'm not going to spend $88 when Amazon had it for $10. Even though, yes, I went to Amazon, they had it for $10. I'm having it getting delivered to my office. Bada boom, I'm done. But that's not the point of why I went to Walmart. Well, that's the point why I went to Walmart, but that's not my moral of the story. So Walmart really grinds my gears because I had to go to the electronics section. And y'all ever seen these, I don't know, these salespeople that's like in the middle of like, I want to say in the middle of like kitchen or housing stuff, and then the electronics is on one side, they're slab dab in the middle, and they're looking at you like, you coming down. So I go in there, and you know, I go in there, and I'm just like, hey, I'm just trying to, you know, I'm going in, I'm just trying to just get the one small thing that I need to grab, right? It's just the one small thing. Guy comes up to me and says,
hey, how you doing? What kind of service do you have? Do you have AT&T or do you have T-Mobile?
And I said, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, wait. Let me tell you something. So, you know, networking, they always try to price gouge you on that. So when they do, you're able to catch it. So if you sign up for the Walmart credit card, then you're able to get a discount.
And I said, I'm good. I don't want this, whatever you're trying to sell me. And then he kept trying to houndster me down just to talk more about it. And I said, okay, well, no, I'm good. I'm good with AT&T. And I slipped up right there, guys, because I said, I'm good with AT&T. And he was like, oh, really? He was like,
oh, really? AT&T? How much you pay for it? How'd you get it? Do you have more lines on that? Well, Walmart has it. We have a discount when it comes down to it.
So I was like, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'm good. So I ended up going and getting the technology, but the guy is really stopping everybody in his tracks. Everybody in his tracks when it comes down to it, because, you know, we just don't want to be hassled down when we're just coming to Walmart to get one thing. And then they ask you 20 million questions, and then you're in the rush. Like, okay, so, and then after that, like, he had, a partner with him, like a girl that also works for the company. And she was stopping this mother, she had 2 kids, and she's just grocery shopping. You can tell she's tired. You know, she's tired. She just need to get some groceries, get what she came to Walmart to get, and leave. So, you know, to end the conversation, when you kind of veering off from somebody trying to get your attention, and you kind of like, okay, bye. Okay, I gotta go. You just know. You should know, hey, maybe I should cut this conversation, because obviously that person's in the rush, right? So I don't understand why Walmart hires people like that. I mean, I get it because it's their job, but honestly, I just prefer you not to just like, don't haggle me for a discount or put my name down, especially if they ask you this question right here.
Hey, so if you sign up for this, I just need your social security number.
When they ask you for your social security number, you run. You don't give them your social security number for something like this, right? I get nervous every time I veer someone on my account. They say, hey, so what's your last 4 digits of your social? And then I get nervous for that, right? I get so nervous when companies ask me that. So just one of those things that I just do not recommend that for sure. I just prefer for me, hey, I'm good with what I have. I don't want to tell you any more business about me and what I got. Whatever you try to sell me ain't going to be a better deal. You're just trying to make a sale. I think a lot of people now are it's sink or swim time, right? Everybody's trying to sell something because they need to make a sale because times are tough. Bills are due. And I can tell some of those people, they work for commission. And if you work for commission, I understand, because I used to work for commission. I understand the impactness of it when it comes down to, hey, I need to make this commission and I need to sell this and shove it down somebody's throat for them to understand it. So honestly, it's just one of those things that I don't see it. I don't get it. Walmart, shame on y'all for that one, though.
Attention Walmart, we don't want to have your sale. We're good.
So moving on to the topic of conversations. Now, this next part of the show, I like to put it in because, a lot of people do respond to our forum. And when they respond to the forum, they put in some great questions. And I get very, very excited when I answer these questions for sure. Now, this first question, it says, which is more important, having a car or having a great house? Why? So I'm going to answer this question as humbled as I can. I've had a couple of crappy cars in my heyday. I had the hand-me-downs. My first car was a 2003 red Ford Focus. It was it was a clunker, right? But it got me to point A, point B, and I was this was in high school days, right? This was the high school days when I was just learning to start to drive. I drove the car when I was in college too. I made some crappy mistakes. I bought a car for $1,000 on the app. Y'all remember OfferUp? Shout out to OfferUp. I ain't gonna do an air horn for that because there's a lot of scams out there. But I bought a car from OfferUp for $1,000. It was a 1999 Honda Passport. And that was the time where the red Ford Focus, I had to give it to my sister because she needed it. And I wanted a car. So I ended up doing that. Bad deal. In 4 months, it broke down on me. It sounded like a bus too. Like y'all know the Honda Passports, the old Honda Passports. It sounded so, now it was cool because I had a sunroof, but it sounded like a bus. It was so loud. And luckily I didn't have to drive everywhere for it. So I didn't have to, I didn't have to put so much gas into it, but it was mine, right? I was excited because it was mine, but it was a bad investment. So after me having the red car, I ended up trading the red Ford Focus in, and I had got a 2012 Ford Fusion. Shout out to the Ford Fusion days. I am going to do an air horn for that one because I enjoyed that one. That car was very, very nice. I got it in 2018, and it got me to work, got me to classes at GGC. Shout out to GGC. So yeah, that car, I had it for years, right? I had it for a couple years, and I worked with it, and I got a job, and I was driving it to work, and I was proud of it, right? And that was the first year. 2018 was the first year I got my first apartment, so I was very, very I felt like a man, I felt like a grown man when it came down to that point. Obviously, I upgraded to a 2020 Chevy, so I love that thing. That's my vehicle. That's my baby. I take care of that thing. So, to answer that question, I think a car is something you use as a tool. Now, granted, I do not take my car for granted. I love my vehicle. I really do. But I got to say, I had a couple crappy cars in my heyday. Having a nice home, I think, is the most important, right? Because the home is where the heart is. Right? You go home, you come home after a long, stressful day. You have a sense of land, right? A sense of purpose of where it's nice and clean. It smells good. To give y'all little pointers here, my home or homes, because now I got two, but I ain't gonna talk about that because that's secret. But I like my places to be nice and clean. Right? Nice and clean. The floor is mopped. My bed is made. I make my bed up every day. Right? On Sundays, I do a spring cleaning is what I call it, where I'm vacuuming my floors. I'm cleaning my dish. Well, I clean my dishes every day. But I'm cleaning my kitchens. Right? My closet smells good. My bathroom smells fresh every Sunday. It smells fresh every day, right? I freshen it up every day, right? Because that's where you go and do your business. I feel that having a great house is the most important. And that's my sense of why. Because when you get home from a long day, you're tired, and you want to have good hygiene. Let me tell you, I've been to homes, old friends' homes that it was dirty. I went to a young lady's, me being young too. I'm not saying now I've been to a young lady's house now. That's not what I'm saying. When I was young, right? I want to say this was when I was 16. I went to a friend's house. She was also 16. And I was feeling her, but I wasn't feeling her until I saw her place. Her place was just dirty. She had a dog, right? So it smelled like dog in the house. Kitchen wasn't all that. There were some dishes in there. We chilled in her room. Her room was dirty. Bed not made. I can't stand when people's bed's not made. I'm sorry. My bed is going to be made every time I get up in the morning. I don't care if I'm going to be late. If I'm going to be late because I ain't made up my bed because I woke up late, damn it, I'm going to be late because my bed will be made. Right? Because when I have company, I don't want people seeing the sheets I sleep in. Not saying that my sheets are dirty. My sheets are super clean. But I just that's the sense of decency, right? I'd be damned if my bed ain't going to be made and I have guests coming over. But this girl's bed's not made. And ladies, let me just say this real quick. Ladies, when you invite men over, I don't know about y'all, I don't want to see no panties on the floor. And I definitely don't want to see no dirty panties on the floor. This girl, see, I'm getting in my podcast bag now. This girl had dirty drawers, a mountain of dirty drawers. And I'm like, what in the hell? So I looked and I'm like, oh no, I can't do this. I felt itchy, right? So we ended up going back to the living room. We did because she was a gamer too. So we played games for a minute, but then I left. And obviously we didn't break off a friendship because of that. We grew apart and we got older. I hope she's doing well to this day. I really do. But I can't stand a dirty house. I don't like my women to be dirty. I like my women to be clean. I'm not saying you got to be. For me, hygiene is important. If you ever come to my places, my homes, my stuff is clean, right? I like to be clean. I do not like to be dirty. I like to be clean. I like fresh, clean drawers. I like fresh, clean clothes, fresh, clean socks. I lotion. I brush my teeth. I put on deodorant. I like to be clean. Right. So the hints of this question is that's why I think having a great house is more important than having a great car, simply because of hygiene. Right. Hygiene. I've been to a lot of friends' homes that they're mini mansions. Right. And I see them and they're amazing. I'm going to get there one day. And I feel like we kind of did, because I do have a nice little pad. I ain't gonna tell you where it at, but we pretty all right for the most part. But I like a clean house. I like a great house. And really, honestly, I mentioned, the mini mansions. Yes, I do want a mansion. Yes, I'm one of them. I want a mansion. I don't care. I don't think I would want like 100 bathroom, 100 bedroom type mansion. No, but like a nice big house, like a great house that just is very fantastic. Do I want it to share it with somebody? Yes, but I kind of want it for myself. Let me get it for myself first, right? That's just how I feel. But yes, having a great house is more important than a car. I think when you classify a great car, I guess in this question, you're looking for like the Mercedes-Benz and the Lexuses and the Lamborghini. But you got to think about it. A lot of these cars that we have, I have a Chevy Malibu LT. Some other people have Hondas. Some other people have Acuras, and they're making them look very luxurious. Like they worth $100,000, but they might only be worth $50,000, right? So a lot of these companies are making their cars look more luxurious nowadays, which is amazing in my opinion. So that's why I say having a great house is most important, because of hygiene. And you want a nice pad to come home to. You really do. Now, the final question, what kind of interior do you like a restaurant to have? Clean. Back to my hygiene thing, clean. But honestly, I like shout out to Cheesecake Factory. Shout out to Cheesecake. And by the way, not all you women, sorry. Some of you women who don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory as a first date, I love Cheesecake Factory. I love it. I haven't been in a minute because I've been cooking. I've been on my cooking bag. But Cheesecake Factory's interior is amazing. I like their artwork. I like the aesthetic of the restaurant. I really, really love Cheesecake Factory. I might even go there for my 28th birthday this year because I just genuinely love the restaurant. I love the food. I love the atmosphere. I like the cheesecake in itself. Some of the women that say that, oh, I don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory, that suck as a first date. Maybe I'm just meant to be single, right? Because I'm taking my girl to Cheesecake Factory. Gradually, I'll take her to more expensive stuff later on. But as a first date, nah. But I don't care what some people say about Cheesecake Factory not being a good spot. I love it. I like it. It's good. It's food. And it's scrumptious to me. So I like it for restaurants to have that type of interior where it's like artistic. I also do like a lot of restaurants who have a sort of a character to them, right? So I remember we went to this restaurant. It was more of a cantina. It was in Mexico. When we went to Mexico, this many moons ago, back in 2016, We went to this restaurant in Mexico, and they had their own little, Mexican vibe to it, right? You had the Mexican art, music, the food itself, and obviously, the waiters and the hosts and the cooks, they're all Mexican, obviously, because we're in Mexico. Just the aesthetics of the culture is amazing. So I do like it when restaurants have that sense of culture when it comes down to their culture and what they're trying to sell to us Americans, right? So I really dabble onto that when it comes to the interior of the restaurant. I do like the character of it, right? A lot of these restaurants are getting more modernized where it's just kind of bland, in my opinion. I drove by my house, not in the neighborhood, but down the street in town, because I don't want to say where I stay, but in town, there's a lot of restaurants like your Chipotle's and your Starbucks, to be example. They're looking the same. And I get it because companies are finding cheaper ways to build their buildings, right? It's cheaper to build a Chipotle where it's just one little building and it's just kind of a square and it's gray and it's just bland and dark and just very corporate and it's just no character to them. Y'all remember, and McDonald's is doing that too, where it's just the square. When I was a kid, you had the McDonald's with the red top, the red roof with the little straws or that look like fries that just bang on the top, and you had the arch. Nowadays, you got restaurants like McDonald's. You got restaurants that just it's very bland. It's just square, no color, no red. They took the red out. The logo's not red anymore. It's just pure white, so it's just, and I get it. Again, companies are finding cheaper ways of doing stuff, but there's just no character to them, right? So that's why I prefer restaurants to have a little character to them, because that's what really, I don't know, it really gets me going. It really makes me very enthusiastic within their restaurants. I've been to a lot of fancy restaurants. I went to this one restaurant called, it was like a seafood type of place. I'm blanking out what it's called now. We went there after we saw The Color Purple. We took my mom out for her birthday too. Darn it, I forgot the name of the restaurant, but it was very fancy, right? I do like the fancy look. I think fancy sometimes, when you go to a fancy restaurant, you look at a lot of people, they think they're hot shit, right? So that's why I try to avoid the fancier restaurants, because when we went to that restaurant, it was very nice. The interior was very nice, very fancy. But a lot of people are like, bitch, I got money. Who are you? So I just kind of, I don't know. I just don't like that vibe, because I come from humble beginnings, right? I think my whole family comes from humble beginnings, and we're just figuring out our entrepreneurship, and we didn't come from money. We're working hard to get the things and have the things we want. So I don't know. And then this was in Buckhead too. So it's like, I'm good, because you seem bougie to me. But anyway, that's what I would see into when it comes down to, what do I appeal into interior restaurants. So that's going to wrap it up here on the podcast. Guys, please be sure to check out the shows today. Of course, we uploaded SNN, the latest news today. So if you guys missed out on it, go check that out, because we're coming back for more of this live stream. And of course, me and Rocco going to be tearing it up for K.L.P Aftermath podcast this week. And we got a lot of great stuff coming up for sure. I'm very, very excited. I'm waiting for the end of the week, because we are going to SmackDown at State Farm. I'm a wrestling fan, okay? I grew up watching it, right? So I'm very, very excited for that. And then hopefully later on soon, I'm going to be looking different, simply because I have to get I can't even talk. Eye exam, right? So I'm getting some new glasses, because honestly, my eyesight is not 100% the very, very best. So before we do that, before we wrap up, hey, thank y'all for staying tuned to the podcast. Hey, shout out to the gang. This goes out to Martin Luther King Jr., because he had a dream,
I woke up off that coma 2001.
Now, a lot of people A lot of people don't know that I'm from this era. Hey.
Rap critics politicking, wanna know the outcome. Ready to die, reasonable doubt and dog.
That's the game, y'all. That's the game.
I feel like Pac after the Snoop Dogg trial was done. Dre behind that G series and all that. I watched the death of a dynasty, so I told Vibe magazine.
Thank y'all for staying tuned again for the podcast.
I had visions.
Look forward to more podcasts in this week.
Like I was staring out of Stevie Wonder's glass.
Check out my latest, our latest blog post from the Vox Times. Shout out to all my writers out there. My latest movie, City Never Sleeps, coming to Prime very soon. Very soon. Sit tight. Hey. Had a dream. Dream.
Dream. Hey. Thank y'all for staying tuned. I be your man, Timberland. Just kidding. I'm the swanky one, K.L.P. Kennedy Lucas. Come on now.
Dreams of fucking the R&B bitch like Maya. When I saw that
shout out to Maya.
Read the article in the magazine. She loved gangsters,
Maya's
love
sexy.
nasty
She's
things.
still sexy.
So I'm in the glass house having nasty dreams.
Hey.
Little girls never give it up. But anything is possible if 50 fuck Vivica.
Hey, shout out to Vivica Fox. She said, Vivica Fox said, hey, Taraji saying that shit, I ain't got nothing to do with that. She got something lined up. She ain't trying to be a part of that.
Daydreaming yesterday, dozing off backstage. I thought I saw Easy talking to Jam Master J. So I walked over her, Jam Master say, it's a hard knock life, then you pass.
Thank y'all for staying tuned. And we out.
So my eyes wide open, cause a dream is kin to your last breath. Flushing in this 40 ounce. Learn to eat from my pig lead, cause Martin Luther King had her, Aaliyah had her, Left Eye had her, so I reached out to Kanye.
Go what's going on in Hot Atlanta. Live from Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6 brings back the hottest hip-hop radio show live from K.L.P Entertainment and K.L.P Studio. Morning with your host, K.L.P Kennedy Lucas.
You know what it is? Put your hands up.
Tune in now on any audio platform.
Go.